still have failed to answer a fairly simple question. What does Ukraine really mean for our security? What's the place of Ukraine in Europe? We haven't really solved that since the 1990s, to be honest, right? And I think we don't want to have that debate fairly open because we would not like the answer.
Europeans aren't having children. And you don't have children, you don't get taxes, and you don't have economic growth. To replace the children you're not having, you have a migration crisis. Populism's a terrible word, because populists are voters, and one should pay some attention to what worries them and try to deal with it.
The problem in dealing with Trump, because he likes to deal with one person, he likes to roll out the red carpet and clap his hand. But with the European Union, it's a body there. He's not sure, like, who am I talking to? Who am I making this deal with? And that's a weakness, but I think it can also be a strength if European Union and European countries join forces.
Over the last 30 years or so, we've seen a decrease in competition. That is a worrying trend, and it's a trend which I don't think is going to self-correct.
We want the consumer to make the choice. We want the companies buying the product from them to make the choice. Markets should make the choice. So we need to create the right conditions for champions to grow and be innovative. We need the right frameworks, but we don't want politicians to pick champions.
It's extremely important that we stay course, because at the end of the line, and sorry for being so blunt now, there is neither a healthy economy nor a healthy life on a dead planet. We do have the technologies that we need to reach our climate goals, and these technologies are disruptive. I don't want to leave the stage to those who are working at the moment to destroy our liberal democracy, and I cannot put it otherwise.
If you have the data and it is not sufficient, or you don't understand the context in which it was collected, it may actually lead you down the wrong path. But in a world that compresses time and pushes us to make quick decisions faster and faster and faster all the time, we have less time for reflection. Let's try a little bit more experimentation, a little bit more learning from each other, a little bit more multiple solutions.
It's illusion that you in this audience have a security and can rely on UN system. Sooner or later, you will pay loan with interest, because unpunished evil grow. And Russia is empire. Empire has a center, but has no borders. Empire always tries to expand.
We can perfectly well live in two worlds at once, all of us. Every single one here in this room can live in a world where he or she knows that things aren't good, that things are developing in the wrong direction. And then we live in another world next door where we just continue with our lives, our own lives, as nothing had happened. And that is deeply frustrating.
Overall, what I know, I see, when humans work together, we always overachieve solving hard problems. We're going to have to address climate change, and we're going to have to adapt. But I actually truly believe if we collectively work to adapt, rather than fragment and polarize, we can get through and probably have our children and our children's children have better lives than we have. That is still achievable.
Die Jungen müssen heran. Die sind unsere Hoffnung, die sind unsere Zukunft. Und die Alten sollen wir schon gelegentlich um Rat fragen oder zuhören, was sie zu sagen haben. Und das ist ja manchmal nicht ganz schlecht. Aber man soll um Himmels Willen ihnen nicht mehr eine operative Aufgabe geben. Und das gilt in der Wirtschaft genauso wie in der Kultur oder wie in der Politik.
Thank you very much for joining us here at Salzburg Global for this premiere. This is our first Future Forum. To have one day where we take a look into the crystal ball and see what might the future bring.